And what can I do for you? I reckon I can find a buyer. Is that all?
Clive? Not saying Fornian, do you? And?
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in... Blackthorn.
Not really.
This won't take... I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. And you might still be doubting your craft. Even after perhaps sharing your thoughts might...
That bastard's like a dog with a... Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single... The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but you could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be off.
So that's what's troubling you?
No. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about us.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about the... You're looking...
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do, which made it nice and easy finding a...
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off. Fine. If you stop Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmeckian bloke. Collects weapons. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dallamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate the warning. How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The St. Drake's Fang is gone. The whole Mother Crystal gone. What are we gonna do?
Calm yourself.
My reputation will be ruined.
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac.
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed.
Please, allow me. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond...
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any...
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant.
Ah, you know Lady Karen.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to...
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiry, every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very kind.
Farewell.
Let's go.
Run like the wind.
Got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamil.
I hear I have you to thank for the... What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to meet
A formidable name. Well, Wyvern, Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience.
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar...
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword.
Oh, a true work of art. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school, they believe. No combat should ever exceed a single. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. There's a brutal sort of...
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks, but it is the final stone which lends the blade its legend. A mineral, and that is the key. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to serve. Take this, together with the very stone of which I spoke. Far and a far more fitting.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of... I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous...
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count. But only one do I consider mine, and is a perennial thorn.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths... Radim! We mustn't dawdle!
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we? Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword, then?
I did better than that.
Hey, a whetstone?
Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get us one hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever... Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how...
Even so, is there some way it could be...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly. Nah. No point trying to copy that thing. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine. Now, and what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Oh, just imagine it. Good Valesthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just...
Don't you worry about me, son. I've been working day and night since I was half your age. And I'll still be here when you're long... Hey, I owe you one. August 2. It's good to...
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the material.
All right? I will.
Back, are ya?
What do you want?
Anything else?
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
What could be wrong with Torgor? I got your note. You think something's wrong with...
So you can read. Congrats. I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said somewhat word. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of... You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy?
What was it you said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's what.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows.
Instead of everything, you...
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Tor...
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, she says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at
I rather think she might be right. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow, and I see no reason why a frostwolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, if we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain. It may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to. Frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may... As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of East...
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures, the last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about, took place near Cressida. And that...
Even so, it seems like...
Good hunting, Clyde.
is certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. So, Molly's that'll teach me for treating you like you all right, no need to. Now we know what you're after. I can see about getting some.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
You can, aye. How nice that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me.
I was just on my way to see him.
Ah, were you able to...
We were indeed, lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction.
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way.
Ah. But that reminds me. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow...
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What do you suggest?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a lawyer. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance. One can but speculate as to how all of this...
He has seemed more...
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still.
I'm never Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive! Here you go. Seen enough?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. All done?
Well, here, Sid.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic, lovely bit of kit, it is. Bunging a solution you want problem is, it won't always get rid of all, which is what?
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too.
Proper.
So what exactly do you need for this?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says that she gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't you pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out so? I did a bit of read, and do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king.
I take it that's where I come in.
I saw a billet on the hunt board. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty.
All right.
Thank you kindly.
I think Mid might need some help.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Look at this place. We spend half.
here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. The wine needs more than this.
All right, there's. How's that hunt for the...
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of... You're a gent, Sid. Right then. The Telemon Malembic. And it works just...
Very impressed.
Says the man who cut down a burning...
Think Mid might need some help.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
And what can I do for you? Coin purse weighing you down? You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Back, are ya? What do you want? And?
This one has a little more life left in it. All right then. Guess we're all ready. Too slow. Let's try. Back to sleep with you.
Is it business or pleasure? You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Crack the crystal too? You're joking.
Trouble with the ledgers.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Nid told me she was building a ship.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this. Come again. I may have... More for ya.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto, maybe. A little. Listen. I've some... And it's... maybe my fault. Sadly, that square turned... I can straighten it out, I swear, but... I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Be late for that.
There you are! What a surprise.
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight, you get Clive to come to you. The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well, who needs pay?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame.
We owe 3 of our most trusted...
Each. 5 million. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and well,
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask...
No, we don't. And no, after the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see it. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our...
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to show... Is there anything I can do?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Little something Sid and I set aside for, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more...
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to...
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because... you...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really?
No. I don't.
Clive!
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you a... And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take...
A star ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you...
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out, I charged that anyway. Why are you the one here asking me about that? Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it?
Something like that.
Same as all. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander. Word is, he was the first one Sid reached. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea wouldn't... Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but... And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would...
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I reckon what he saw in Sid, and don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice that, and you keep...
There's talk.
At the glass.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
It's all right.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc? Still no carrot.
Milady.
Gifts? Oh, my.
Otto asked me to settle the hideaway and to...
I thought you might finally tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and...
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us.
Otto is lucky to have... I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you...
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes. And blamed himself for not being able... I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more... An ill habit. Given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us. Goat. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
She was just too stubborn to take. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my...
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Oh, wonderful.
told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Lady Cargo tells me you weren't happy with our offer, but you prefer the debt was repaid in coin.
What debt? I don't recall lending any. I may have tossed a talent or two, but those were donations. And you can hardly call it...
Of course not. But one good turn. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a...
Oh, so you're a prince now, huh? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab it. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to...
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died? Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. He bought passage to... I forget where. We set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close. Promising we'd want... That was... before fate stepped in. And said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day. And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable. Wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. And I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when all I wanted, him who cried for me, him who swore he'd do everything he could. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else... I knew then I'd follow that. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised?
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today. What do you think?
That we'd be lucky.
Really? It's as bad.
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to...
Oh, no doubt. Assume. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding him.
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now,
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation...
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've...
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear. Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise...
Well, if I'm going to have to...
You've clearly got a fine head on, though.
We're lucky you came now. Hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad. Our merchant friend loaded his... Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag...
No. You can leave. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of...
Look lively, you lot!
We've got guests.
These must be our bandits. That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make...
You've done your part. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude. What if we want his help again?
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side.
So this is Amekis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
Then we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambrec.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sambrec.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrec, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end. Too slow. Nice try.
They've closed the road to Randalar.
If the siege breaks, they'll need more than this to stop the Imperial legions marching on the capital.
Not much further to Bokla now.
Good. More refugees.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
Take it easy.
There are no crystals here. We have to keep going.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Porter for hire. The best service. Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
What are you looking for?
Many thanks. You've a discerning eye.
Out of my sight, wretch. I know you've got brandy.
Peaches and pears.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.